You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios here of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. If you are with us on radio, on the airwaves of 1090, we appreciate you guys being out there listening on the radio. For those of you that are part of our YouTube chat and you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, so happy to have you guys along. You are really the heart and soul of everything we do. And if you catch up to us on television tonight between 7 and 8 p.m. on Cox's Your View Network, Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, Orange County, we got you. Palos Verdes, Channel 118. So I would say to everybody watching on television that you can always go to our website or to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. You can get the entire show because we give you 1 hour on television, but there are still 2 more hours beyond. So, hey, guys, I was mentioning to you earlier today that last night I found myself at Mesa College here in San Diego. My daughter, who you guys know, she went to Middle Tennessee State out of high school to go play soccer and go to school. And I don't know, it just never felt right. And through COVID and everything that was going on, she came back to San Diego. It didn't work out down at Middle Tennessee State. And she decided to go back and play soccer, and she's going to school at Mesa, so she decided to play soccer at Mesa. When you're in a community college, you can kind of play wherever you want, regardless of where you're going to school, believe it or not. Anyway, I'm down at Mesa College last night, and I'm sitting there watching this soccer game in front of me, but I've got my phone, and I'm watching the Padres versus the Dodgers. Why? And I thought to myself, well, that's what I thought to myself, why am I doing this? Like at one point, I almost missed a goal that my daughter scored, but she didn't score. She almost scored it. She kicked the ball right at the goalkeeper. I mean, it's like, go far post, girlfriend. But anyway, that's another story. And I literally almost missed the shot because I was watching the Padres and the Dodgers. I'm thinking to myself, why am I still watching this? Other than, I don't know how it is for you guys, I'm addicted to it. I mean, there were these tremendous highs in the early part of the season. And now there are these crazy lows at the end of the season. And now today, only 5 games to go. Last night, there were 6 against the Dodgers and the Giants, 2 teams that we thought that the Padres would be either competing with against. We thought these would be monster series, positioning for playoffs. It's turned into such a monster disaster. But yet, for some reason, even as I'm sitting there watching my kid, I'm so happy she's back on the soccer field. She's regained her passion for the game. She's out there running around looking good. I'm watching this freaking Padres-Dodgers game. I don't know what's wrong with me. Help me.
I have no idea what's wrong with you. Like, I wouldn't do that. And I told you guys I was going to watch this series. Yesterday, I tuned in, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here? Like, the Padres are going to get no hit, and I'm just going to sit here and take it? No, thank you. Tatis going to strike out and ruin his MVP chances that Browner wants so bad? Strike out 4 times a game? No, thank you. I'm out. I called it quits about 8:45, and even then, I subjected myself to too much. I'm not tuning in tonight. Not tuning in tomorrow. Not tuning in Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You know, cousin Nancy offered me tickets to go in a suite Friday in San Francisco, and I said no, thank you. No thanks.
Wow.
Yeah, don't. For what?
Okay, I watched last night. You watched last night. Why do I sense that Browner is probably the smartest of the 3 of us?
Did you forget his grandiose statement yesterday?
Oh,
I'm out, bro.
Right. That's right.
What? Yeah, I'm out. I didn't see one pitch. Saw it on the guide. Purposely went past it. I'm done. I'm done till I see results of change. I need to see change. And them bringing in somebody else from the Texas Rangers did not give me hope of change.
Yesterday you said no more viewing until Tingler's out.
0. None. No games watched.
Are you altering that until?
No, I made it very clear. I will watch the Tatis MVP speech if it happens. After that, no, none, 0.
He's playing himself out of the MVP, by the way.
Well, let's take a look at this because it's funny you said that, Browner. You were saying that it was really important to have to keep on playing these final 6 games, the 9 games, because you wanted Tatis to win the MVP, and you kept saying that it's very important for the Padres organization
It is.
that he win the MVP. Well,
It
you
is.
know what? I honestly, if the MVP voting isn't already done at this moment, he could potentially be playing himself out of the MVP. Seriously. Like, Alex, throw up some numbers. Here you go. Take a look at this, Browner. Go ahead, Alex.
Well, it's just the last 7 days, hitting 190, 21 at-bats. 9 of those at-bats have ended in a strikeout, just the 1 home run and the 1 RBI.
Yeah.
And yesterday just looked like he didn't even want to be there, to be honest. Like, I know, Browner, you didn't watch. I did. Every time he struck out, I was like, is Manny going to yell at him again? Is Manny just going to yell at him? And he just looked like he's over it. Honestly, he looked like he's over it. And he could change it all tonight, but I don't know. I was there on Friday. He's just not there, man. I think once they were eliminated, he's like, all right, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, as far as the MVP goes, I mean, if this is important to anybody, it's certainly not to me. It doesn't change the results. The results are the Padres gave everybody this belief, and the Padres crashed and burned. Here's what the MVP race seems to look like, or at least we all think, with Bryce Harper and with Soto and with Tatis in the middle of it all. Who's going to win the MVP? I mean, Soto played in more games, has the highest batting average. On the other hand, Tatis played in the fewer games and has more home runs than everybody else, has more RBIs than everybody else. Then you got Harper, whose team is 81-67, and they're not going anywhere. And the Padres, 81-77. I just looked at the graphic, but it didn't make sense to me either. The math,
my B.
But that's all right. But
division.
But look, here's the thing. I mean, the Padres are going to finish under 500.
Well, that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at right now. We were talking about it. We were dreading it, but they are under 500 right now. Do you think they're going to go out and win, 2 more games against the Dodgers? And
I don't think they'll win one more game. I don't think they'll win one more game this season. Look, there's no motivation. Nobody's playing for their job. Nobody's playing for the future. Nobody's trying to play so that other teams take a look at them. They're done.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get to Sunday. They're done.
I don't blame them. I think it's unprofessional, but nevertheless, they played hard for their home crowd. And after that, I really feel like they were like, all right, well, we're done. We don't owe the Dodger fans anything. We don't owe the Giants fans anything. The only thing, I mean, and again, I haven't watched, so I can't give you a synopsis from viewing. But I would hope that someone has the balls to say to Manny, hey, stay locked in. It's a couple games left. This is important for our franchise.
Well, who's going to say that to him?
Yeah, Tingler's not going to say it to him.
I mean, Jace Tingler, I was reading through some of these comments from Jace Tingler, and he's saying things like, well, we still have a chance to do this. We still have a chance to do what? You're not going to play spoiler. You're not going to go to the Giants, who, let's say, have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers going into the final weekend. And let's say the Dodgers sweep Milwaukee. What are the Padres going to do? Go sweep the Giants? The Padres are going to go work so hard so that the Dodgers can win the division. They're done. They're emotionally and physically checked out.
They're the team.
And by the way, when you look at Tatis's totals, we just showed you the batting average and the strikeouts. You know why he's got 9 strikeouts and 21 at bats? Because he's just trying to hit home runs now.
And he can't hit a slider.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, that too. Like, Bueller just kept throwing an outside slider all game long. Anyways, you know what the Padres are right now? They're the 1-2-3 Cancun team.
Oh, yeah. They definitely going fishing.
Yeah. Eyes on the prize. Off season's upon us.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful time of weather in San Diego. Fall is here. Let's get the hell out. Let's go to Mexico.
You know when you're going to go on a vacation and your last day of work is Friday? It's like by Monday, Tuesday, you're like, all I got to do is get to Friday.
Yeah.
I don't care how. I don't care if I'm good at my job. I don't care if we put on good shows or we put on crap shows. All I want to do is just find a way to get to Friday.
It's the least productive day. It's the least productive week of history when you have a vacation coming up on a Friday.
They have senioritis, dude. They're over it.
Yeah. Right. The Padres are done. They are emotionally and physically completely, utterly wiped out, and they're just done. there's nothing to play for.
Right.
So it's just like all I have to do is, what time's this game start? Okay, look, let's get this thing
Well,
over.
there's
I
two
got to do a
players that have
reservation.
something to play for.
Okay, who is that?
According to Browner, and I agree that Tatis is still playing for an MVP technically. And Yu Darvish told Kevin Acee or the press yesterday, like, he does want to pitch one more time, because if he does, then he'll get 200 strikeouts on the season.
Oh, well,
which would
good
be the
thing
fourth
everybody's
time he's
wor-
done it. So
good thing
at this
everybody's
point,
worried
it's all
about their
individual.
personal
At this
accolades.
point,
Yeah.
it's all individual, right? So
Yeah.
if you
Whatever
can
it
go out
takes
and
to
pitch, yeah.
whatever it takes to keep playing, whatever it takes
Yeah.
to stay
All right.
locked in, I
Yeah.
don't blame
Yeah.
this guy.
If I'm Yu
Yeah.
Darvish, dude, I pack on that sticky stuff so hard again on
Yeah,
Sunday.
right.
I
Come
pack
bust me.
that bad boy on, and I'm like, come get me. I'm gonna get 200 strikeouts, mofos. I'm gonna show you the Yu Darvish of old.
Yeah. You know what the saddest part of all of this is that we had no idea that St. Louis would win 17 straight games and
one
go
did.
on this crazy run, right?
It may not have mattered at the end of the season.
Right. But the thing is that if the Padres could have just played, because they had a 4-game lead. This is going back like 3 weeks ago. They had a 4-game lead in the wild card. And this is off the top of my head. They were about 13 games back of the Dodgers, and they had a 4-game lead over Cincinnati, St. Louis, et cetera.
No, they had a 4-game lead over St. Louis. They only had a half-game lead when St. Louis started their win streak.
Okay.
They had a half-game lead over the Reds.
Take us through this then, Alex. Go
Okay.
ahead and take us through this.
This is here we go. September 10th, the beginning of the Cardinals' 17-game win streak. The Padres were 75-66, half-game lead over the Reds. The three of us were talking, we got to beat the Reds. We got to beat the Reds. That's who we're looking at. The Reds. The Cardinals were 71-69. They were 3.5 games behind the Padres. So they weren't out of it. They were in it. Since September 10th, the Padres 3-13, the Cardinals 17-0, and as of now, officially yesterday, the Cardinals clinched the wild card. They're 88-69, and the Padres now have a losing record.
So the question,
78-79. Think about this though. If the Padres could have just played like around 500 baseball, if they could have been 8-8, 9-7, 10-6, if they could have just played just a slightly winning brand of baseball in that period of time, the pressure on the Padres, the pressure on the Cardinals, and the excitement that would have created in this fan base of, we got to get there. We got to beat the Dodgers. We got to beat the Dodgers. We got to beat the Giants. We got to beat the Giants. We're watching what St. Louis is doing. That would have been so exciting. And instead, St. Louis, the organization that they are, rose to the top, and the Padres, the organization that they are, fell right off and went right to the bottom. That's what happened. That's reality.
look, I don't really I don't really want to rehash this entire negative brainstorm again. But
that's great.
what do the Cardinals have that the Padres
man.
don't? Nothing.
I have no idea.
So what could the difference be? I honestly believe it is an organizational difference. There's a
think you're right.
difference on their bench that allowed
you're
them
right.
to turn around and win 17 straight games.
Mhm.
Because
And they're not
that
done yet.
roster, I don't think that roster is better than ours. But somehow,
they got cornerstone pieces themselves, man. Nolan Arenado is, some people would choose him over Manny Machado. Paul Goldschmidt is a top 10 batter almost every single season. So they have
you
two
taking
guys.
him over Tatis?
No, but I'm saying they have two guys, and they have proven winners. Matt Carpenter, who's not very good this year. Yadier Molina. They have proven guys that have been there, done that, won World Series. And listen, I'm not telling you I'm choosing those two over our two, but those two are there. So let's not say like they don't have talent either. They do have talent, and they got actual pitching staff.
But the idea that we all argued over was the Padres don't have people all around. Neither do the Cardinals. They have, like you said, two cornerstone guys. They have a guy in Yadier Molina who plays catcher, who doesn't play every day, but he's a person in that dugout who's been there, who's done that, who can right in the ship from a vocal standpoint, from a leadership standpoint. We don't have that. We do not have that. And if you have an absence of that from a player perspective, then the manager or someone in the dugout from a coaching standpoint needs to take the lead on that. And we don't have that. And so therefore we can't right the ship because there's no one to turn to who's been in a ditch before, turned that thing around and got wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, listen, I mean, I think Alex's point is a good one, which is they do have quality players. But organizationally speaking, that's an organization that is accustomed to being in the postseason. That is an organization where their players believe we're going to make it to the postseason and we're going to compete for a championship.
The expectation was for them to win the Central, not the Brewers.
Right. Right.
Who did they get at the trade deadline? Who did they get at the trade deadline? No one of significance.
Well, if I could, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
like
not
me.
an expert in, well, do you know? Because I don't know. You're
No.
asking a question and I don't know. I don't remember the Cardinals making some big move at the All-Star break. What I do know is that they've got enough players. Hey, listen, do you guys know their manager? Are you familiar with the St. Louis Cardinals manager?
Got J.A. Happ and John Lester. They actually strengthened their pitching staff.
Okay, there's your answer, Browner. I didn't know it, but there's your answer. I mean, you don't knock it. I mean, they went out and got pitching.
Okay.
Now they've won 17 straight games.
John Lester and Jake Arrieta are the same dude, bro.
That is very factually incorrect, my friend.
Same dude, bro.
Okay, what are the facts? What are the facts?
Throwing beach balls.
I mean, Jake Arrieta.
You look at the
Alex,
numbers. You think you're throwing stuff out. I'm helping you out.
Right, you are throwing out concepts
because you're like, who'd they get? And I'm telling you who they got. They went out and got pitching, which the Padres
you didn't know who they got.
Needed.
You didn't know who they got. I didn't know who they got. Okay. You didn't know, and I didn't know.
John Lester's 4-1 with the Cardinals, and he is not Jake Arrieta.
I'm gonna look it up.
I just told you.
What do you mean? He's just telling you the numbers.
I don't trust his numbers.
All right. Well, while you look it up, let me have a minute here to talk about iThrive MD. And here's what I want everybody to do. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com, click on the iThrive MD logo, and let me show you the stuff that you're going to get when you go to iThrive MD. The first thing you're going to get is you're going to get a testosterone test. They're going to do blood work. Okay. It's all complimentary because they first want to make sure, are you a candidate for testosterone? The second thing you're going to get, and this is something that Dr. Damani talked about yesterday on the show, is they're going to give you a complimentary NAD injection. NAD is going to give you more energy than you know what to do with in your life. Okay. So here's the thing. If you are feeling fatigued, if you have low sex drive, if you feel depressed, if you're experiencing muscle loss, those are all signs of low testosterone. But NAD, and this is what Dr. Damani was talking about on the show yesterday, NAD is going to give you like ultimate energy because as you get older, the mitochondria of your cells, meaning the energy production of your cells, decreases. When you take these NAD injections, like I know I'm taking them, your energy levels shoot through the roof. So guys, this is about longevity. This is about health. iThrive MD, San Diego's leading anti-aging and performance optimization clinic. And I thought it was interesting yesterday, Alex. I don't know how you felt about it, but hearing Dr. Damani talk about certain NFL players that are on NAD, certain MMA fighters that use NAD for energy. And these are not older guys. These are just people that have to work super hard in their job physically, and they want to recover and they want to have energy. I thought listening to Dr. Damani yesterday was really interesting.
I was kind of leaning when I asked about Phil Davis and his age. I was going to ask, can I just get a head start? You know, I'm not too far off.
Yeah. No, think
NAD
about it.
sounds lovely.
Yeah. Here's the phone number for everybody. 858-240-1497. 858-240-1497. That's the phone number for iThrive MD. You can go to this website, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. And I just want to encourage everybody to get in. Take care of yourself. You're 40 and over, you're feeling low energy, just get your testosterone levels checked. And if you're 50 and over or 60 and over, let's talk about long-term health. Let's talk about great sleep, great sex. Let's talk about, things that are important to you in your life and your health being paramount, of course. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Dr. Samir Damani and his team are going to take really good care of you. And I thought that was very generous yesterday, throwing out that free NAD injection just to kind of get you started. All right, Browner, have you done your research to find out whether or not Jake Arrieta and John Lester are the exact same acquisition?
I sure did.
And
you want to hear something funny?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, since acquiring John Lester on July the 30th, he's got a 4.13 ERA and is currently hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it looks better is because the Cardinals scored runs on Saturday, his last outing where he should have lost. He didn't. He won because the Cardinals scored 8 runs. They scored 8 runs. When Jake Arrieta pitched the Padres scored 8 runs, they'd probably win too.
No.
But a 4-run ERA? Come on, man.
A 4 would be like top 2 pitching in for the Padres.
Come on. A 4
You
a
really
4-1
dude, I'm telling you that you are wrong, and I'm not like
About
getting
what?
mad about Jake Arrieta had an 11 ERA here. He gave up 4 runs every first inning he pitched. What are you talking about? He was the worst acquisition of all time. You're ridiculous.
Your point was.
You think Jake
your point-
Arrieta was a good acquisition?
I never said that. I said it was terrible before they even got him.
He's awful. I don't know how you're defending the fact. No, get out.
No,
of here.
what he's defending is his comment, which is that Arrieta and Lester are the exact same guy.
Yes.
And what you've shown him is that Arrieta's ERA was 11 and Lester's ERA was 4.
Right.
And by the way, Lester was a guy who came in and who contributed to the Cardinals going now with 17 straight wins. End all be all is this, guys, that the Padres completely fell apart and crashed and burned, while the Cardinals are a championship caliber organization and they are propelling their way into the postseason. And it would have been really exciting and fun if the Padres could have played somewhere nearby 500 baseball, but instead they were 3-13 since early September. Stick around, everybody.
So why you keep
Let's, because I'm addicted. Stick around. Hank Bauer is coming by, and we're going to talk some NFL football with Hammer and Hank next.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Turn an outcome into an income. Every Sunday at 9 a.m., join Against the Spread with Kevin Todd and host Randy Rosenblum. When you are talking sports betting, this is the place the professionals tune into. Only on the mightier 1090 a.m. SoCal Sports Talk.
SDCCU is an engaged community partner. Each year, SDCCU is proud to support many nonprofit organizations throughout Southern California. Our partnerships allow us to help shape the financial lives of many through volunteerism, financial support, and creating public awareness. The result is a big impact on the communities we serve. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking, it's better. Federally insured by NCUA. Find out more at sdccu.com.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Join the Walk for Alls at Balboa Park on October 16th. Every dollar raised stays local to help San Diegans with dementia. Register at alzsd.org/walk.
This year, Jobtoberfest is Wednesday, October 13th. It's the largest annual job fair in San Diego County for people with disabilities. Goodwill is one of our major sponsors.
Goodwill San Diego is proud of our ongoing participation with Jobtoberfest. As an employer of people with disabilities, we recognize the tremendous value they add to the workplace and the importance paid work makes in their lives. Together, we are making good happen.
Up to 30% of COVID-19 patients become long haulers with persistent symptoms months after the infection.
What I've been finding with my patients is that it's taking up to 3 to 6 months for them to recover their endurance, exercise capacity, and get them back to work or to their usual activities of daily living.
What I wasn't able to do was the basic needs, like brush your teeth, take a shower because of the shortness of breath, the tightness in my chest.
The symptoms that concern me the most, the shortness of breath. So restrictive. You know, you go through and you just take for granted that, you know, you're gonna breathe. And when that gets taken away, it's a scary thought. Unfortunately, I'm 6 months out now from my diagnosis and I'm still suffering from several of the symptoms.
My experience with the patients I've sent to La Mesa Rehab has been extremely positive. The patients come back with good reports, and when I see them in the office, their exercise capacity has improved dramatically.
I'm getting there because of La Mesa Rehab.
Teatro means theater in Spanish, and in Portuguese, and in Tagalog, and in Italian, and in so many languages. We have a lot of communities, a lot of culture here, so that is the reason why teatro is in the name. The mission of Teatro San Diego is to provide arts education to underserved communities, specifically in schools. Our goal is also in tandem with arts education to provide a professional theater company and dance company so that the community can see themselves reflected on stage at the professional level. Places like Subaru have really been so supportive and have helped us come up with projects like the AMI project.
I was so honored to be at an event a few days ago and heard some of the songs from it. These guys rock. This is just an amazing thing that everyone needs to see.
Listen to the Mightier 1090 for the LA Football Show with Ryan Dyru. Fridays at 5 p.m. The best guests and the best coverage for your LA football teams. Rams, Chargers, UCLA, USC, SDSU. We have them covered. Only on the Mightier 1090 AM. Adventure is waiting for you at BMW San Diego. A new 2022 BMW X3 xDrive 30i waiting for you today when you lease for only $519 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
This year, Jobtoberfest is Wednesday, October 13th. It's the largest annual job fair in San Diego County for people with disabilities. Let's hear from one of our major sponsors.
At Marsty, we recognize the value that individuals with disabilities, as well as those in recovery from substance use, can bring to the workforce, especially to those who want to or are currently counseling those with disabilities and substance use disorder. Marsty is proud to partner with Jobtoberfest.
Nothing about the last year was normal, but you weathered it with grace, ingenuity, and creativity. In empty classrooms and full Zooms, you kept it together when we were apart. For all that you are, for all that you do, we salute you. Salute to Teachers is proudly sponsored by these charitable companies.
Adventure is waiting for you at BMW San Diego. A new 2022 BMW X3 xDrive 30i waiting for you today when you lease for only $519 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal got the win against the Las Vegas Lights on Saturday, 4-2, behind a big game from Tumi Moshebain. Moshebain scored 2 goals and had 1 assist on the night. He also had 5 shots, 2 key passes overall, and completed 12 of 13 passes. His performance earned him USLChampionship.com Man of the Match honors. Moshebain now has 10 goals on the season. He leads San Diego in goals. With the win, the Loyal got the season sweep of the series with the Lights. San Diego remains in second place in the Pacific Division as we head into the final month of the USL Championship regular season. The Loyal will kick off October action on Saturday in LA against the LA Galaxy 2. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Here it comes, Jalen Johnson. 3 touchdowns on the night.
Watch out.
And brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
To the end zone. Christakis pulls it in. What a catch!
Over the middle, right there in his hand. They throw down towards the end zone. In stride, touchdown, total. Thibodeau breaks another tackle.
Big run up the middle. Touchdown.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season. Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 in your view, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Great friends, we welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios here of Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, 7milecasino.com. You can learn all about the casino, the blackjack, the poker, the incredible views of the Bay of Chula Vista off Bay Boulevard, just minutes from downtown San Diego, and now featuring Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside of the casino with brunch on Saturday and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Great place to watch college and NFL football. Speaking of NFL football, gentlemen, Hammer and Hank Bauer is back this week. Wow, what a game he got to see last week between the Rams and the Buccaneers. And he's going to see another interesting game this week that he'll call for national radio. We'll talk about that in a matter of moments. So here he is, former Charger player, coach, broadcaster, and really a San Diego sports icon. Here is Hank Bauer back on the airwaves. Hammer, good afternoon.
Scotty, what's happening? What's up, fellas?
What's up, Hank?
Going on, Hank?
Man, I got to tell you, I was probably in SoFi for probably 6 games last year, Rams, Chargers, and it was empty, right? Then I went to a preseason game, Charger game, San Francisco, and, you know, it was cool, but it was a preseason game, right? Rams, Tampa, I got to broadcast it Sunday, and I'm telling you, this is where the Super Bowl is going to be this year, right? This was like a Laker game on steroids, where it was the place to be seen. It was rocking. It was all Rams. A lot of Tampa fans showed up, but it wasn't like, and it's going to be interesting Monday night when the Raiders go to SoFi to play the Chargers to see how many Raider fans are going to be there, right?
Right.
Well, I'm sure you have your opinions, but I'm telling you, this was all Rams, and it was the place to be seen. Here's the thing: we're in the corner, right? Kind of about the corner end zone. With Larry Kahn, went in with Westwood One and ESPN, and they didn't want just a regular broadcast booth, right? Because this is national radio. They got this huge luxury suite. Okay, we got 3 big screens, a wet bar, right? A dining area, about 18 big, king sofa seats, below us. And then we broadcast from there, right?
Wow.
And so Eric Carroll, remember our good buddy Eric Carroll from Dodgers and Patrick Henry High School here in San Diego. So Eric came in, brought his kids, and it was really cool to see Eric and talk old-time Charger football. He's an LA guy now, obviously, but he loves his San Diego roots. I'm doing the game, right? And there's the luxury suite right next to us, literally within 5 feet of me. I don't get geeked out about celebrities, right? And I'm focusing on the game. But I got to look to my right because we're in the kind of corner end zone. Right next to me the whole game, Kevin Costner, sitting there.
Wow.
He's right next to me, right?
Wow.
And I'm going, well, that's pretty cool. And I go, Larry, look at this. And he goes, oh, I know Kevin Costner. He went over and talked to him. Larry Cobb went over and talked to him, hung out a little bit. But, I'll tell you what the Rams did that was really good. Did you have something to add to that, Scott?
Well, you know what it is, Hank? It's like this. When you think about back to the whole NFL drama of who was going to move to LA, here's the one thing. We knew somebody was going to move to LA. We didn't know 2 teams. We didn't know which 2 teams, if it was going to be 2 teams. But regardless of all that, this is what the NFL wanted, Hank.
Right.
They wanted Kevin Costner and LeBron James and Dr. Dre and Larry David. And
you saw all those guys.
Yeah, and so they wanted.
Did they show that on television?
Oh, for sure. And they wanted the NFL to be Hollywood, very similar to the way the Laker games are Hollywood, because they're not just about going to see the Lakers. It's about who's there and who's going to be seen. And hey, just one other thing, because you were in the broadcast booth, and I'm kind of guessing you may have not seen this, but this is the first weekend that I watched the NFL Network's pregame show. So you've got Rich Eisen and you've got Steve Mariucci and Kurt Warner and Michael Irvin. And, they're out on a turf field.
Right.
And behind them for the whole world to see is SoFi Stadium. Right. So when you think about what did the NFL want to do? They wanted a world-class stadium. They've got the number one stadium on the planet right now. They wanted a place for celebrities to be seen during their games because, celebrities go to NFL games in their favorite home cities, but not in Hollywood where you can bring 30, 40, 100 of the celebrities. And they wanted a place where the NFL Network would have a home base. And listen, my Charger opinions aside, what the NFL has done and what Stan Kroenke has built, it worked perfectly to plan.
It's amazing. Here's what it is. You got the NFL offices in New York, right, where it's always been, right? And now you've got the Western offices, this big building, the NFL Network studios, all connected right there on this property, right in the middle of Inglewood.
Yep.
Okay? So let's just go to Southeast San Diego and build a new San Diego stadium. Okay, that's what it's kind of like. Like, let's redevelop the area, which is great for the area, and it's literally 10 minutes from LAX. In fact, Scott, did you know? I think I might have told you guys this before, but when you walk in on the field from the parking lot level, right, the field is actually down 100 feet.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
They had to drill this humongous hole because when they did the plans, it's right on the flight path to LAX.
Right.
It was too high. So it's an open air thing, and it's got the little. It's beautiful. It's got the offices next to it, everything else.
But what's amazing, Hank, is that most people around the country think LA sports fans are a very kind of show up late to the game, leave early to the game, eat sushi during the game, etc.
No way.
You want to know something that was really interesting about this game, in my opinion, and I'll be curious to hear what you think. There were two plays in this game in particular that really come to mind. I have all my notes sitting right here.
I have no notes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sure you have recollection of this. To me, I had this. It's the third quarter of the game. There's 9:57 to go. It's 21-14 in favor of the Rams. It's 3rd and 10. The Rams have the ball. Stafford hits Robert Woods for a 20-yard gain.
Yep.
If he doesn't complete that pass, if Tampa's defense gets off the field, they put Brady back on the field, down by 7 with plenty of time to go. Ultimately, by the way,
let me just say what happened in this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say what happened. Sean Murphy Bunting, this one starting corner opposite Carlton Davis, their best starting corner, was out. He's on IR. We had an elbow injury week 1, right? So then you bring in another guy, he gets hurt. Then you bring in another guy, he gets hurt. And good for the Rams and good for Sean McVay because they were running rubs, but they kept going with different matchups to that side. And without JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul, who was out of the game, injured, and let's credit the Rams offensive line because I've never seen a guy inside play as dominating like Vita Vea has for Tampa Bay, the big nose tackle. They gave him a really good pocket.
Yeah, but what I wanted to get to was
a really good pocket, and it was a great game plan. But they adjusted and they went after the place where the Rams were, where the Tampa Bay Bucks were hurt.
Well, here was my point though: is that Stafford makes that completion, stays on the field, winds up getting to the touchdown to Kupp, which is a 28-14 lead. So if they would have gotten off the field, Tampa, on that 3rd and 20. Brady goes back out onto the field only down by 7. As it turns out, he goes back out on the field down 28-14. But here's what happens. Later in the third quarter, the crowd noise is coming to life. This was my point about the stadium and the fans. The crowd is coming to life. And in fact, it was a 3rd and 15 that Tampa was facing. And then there was a false start penalty because the crowd was so loud, making it 3rd and 20. LA forces the punt. Tampa has a shank punt. Sets up LA on the 37-yard line of the Bucks going in, and they kick a field goal, and now it's 31-14. My point is that Stafford makes a monster play, but the LA defense makes a monster play, and the crowd impacts the game. And that is something we didn't know how it would be, how it would look or sound, because it's a brand new stadium and it's a brand new fan base, but they impacted the game is what I'm getting at. And I think that's really kind of a cool part of the story that you were talking about.
And it was loud. I mean, and you're right. And Bradley Pinion, love him. I love his name. Good punter, great punter for Tampa. I call him Pinion the punter. Pinion the punter just absolutely shanks a 15-yarder, and then all the momentum that Tampa was snatching it back a little bit, moving the ball, staying in it, and then you could see the air just go out of the puck sideline. And then with the injuries, everything else. Look at week 3. I cannot wait to see where these two teams are going to be in 3 or 4 months. Now, you mentioned all those guys. This is really smart what the organization did, because last year, I think I mentioned it with you guys. When we were doing the game, they had this DJ up there, and it was just obnoxious, loud, crazy, and the guy's great. The guy's great, getting the fans fired up. But it was too much, right? And I'm thinking, they got to do something different to get the fans into this. Well, you know that circular scoreboard that hangs above the field?
Yeah.
Do you guys know you could see it inside and out? The monitors are inside and out, all the way around the outside of the perimeter of the field. You know why that's built that way? Because from every seat in that stadium, you can see a video board.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's cool.
And I wonder why they built it like that. And then somebody explained that to me. So what they did to get the fans into it, and credit the Rams organization, right? They would show in breaks and they would show fans, right? And fans all look up at that thing. It just grabs you. Fans look up and then they see themselves and they all point and they wave and it's so cute. And then right after a fan, they'll show Kevin Costner. They'll show Mike Tyson with David Justice. They'll show Wee Man. Wee Man was there.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do.
I do.
From Jackass.
From Jackass.
The
little man
who gets thrown all over the place.
And here's when I said, okay, I knew Dr. Dre, straight out of Compton. Who doesn't know Dr. Dre, right? Beats. I mean, who doesn't? If you haven't seen that, and then LeBron and Magic and all these guys.
Kawhi was there.
Kawhi, I didn't see Kawhi.
Yeah.
I am watching. I'm trying to broadcast the game, but you get transfixed, and it brought the crowd, bringing these celebrities in and showing them on that huge scoreboard, and then intercutting it with just regular fans, people. It was so interactive. It was interactive deluxe, and it was brilliant. The only celebrity I didn't know, and again, this Browner, don't laugh. Go ahead, Browner. I didn't know who the hell YG was. Okay?
YG. Sound like you said white G. I was like, I don't know who YG is.
YG, yo.
YG is like the biggest Rams fan of all time. Like, he's been performing at Rams games since they moved to the Coliseum.
Is he the guy that Robert Woods jumped into the end zone with? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Kaplan doesn't know either.
No, I don't know who YG is.
I don't know his music, but I know him.
Oh, dude. YG got some bangers.
He does?
Hank, there's one song y'all might not like, but the rest of them, y'all can swing with those.
Okay.
All right, Hank Bauer is here.
I'm gonna download some YG because now I feel like he's a part of my life in a connected kind of way.
All right, let me tell everybody. Hank Bauer is here, the former great Charger player, coach, broadcaster who now does national radio broadcasts of the NFL. Last week he had Tampa Bay and the Rams, and he's kind of given us a review of SoFi Stadium and the whole scene that was the Rams versus the Bucs game. I will tell you that this segment of Kaplan and Crew with Hank Bauer guesting is being brought to us by Corky's Pest Control. 1-800-901-1102, 1-800-901-1102 for Corky's Pest Control. And as Corky's television commercials like to remind everybody, just Google one word. That one word is Corky's, and then you can be like Hank, like me. You can be a Corky's Pest Control customer. How's Corks doing for you? How they doing, Hank?
Professional, supreme, great service. I have no critters. All I care about, I have no critters. I'm critter free, and I live on top of a canyon, on top of a hill. So for me to be critter hill, hey, you know what I saw the other day? I had a deer standing right on my patio looking at me, and I'm going, I better call Corky. No.
Yeah, Cork's going to leave the deer alone.
Yeah.
But if you have something else like rats or mice, or you got a spider problem, or you got an ant problem, or God forbid you have a termite problem, Corky's going to come take care of it. Call 1-800-901-1102. Or Browner and I have a little thing we do together. We have like a little duet. Call 1-800-901-1102.
Corky.
Ooh, Browner.
Yeah, not bad.
He's got kind of a syrupy good voice.
Yeah. Hey, Hank, we got about 5 minutes to go here, and I'm guessing Alex and Browner, what? Because Hank and the three of us can talk all day long. So Hank's given us a review of the Rams and the Buccaneers. You guys want to? Who here has something, a particular team or game that they want Hank to comment on?
Well, because we didn't really talk about the Hank. Last week I asked you what do you think Matt Stafford is? Did he answer any of those questions?
Well, yeah, I told you. I thought I just go what's on film. It's funny because Larry came in and said, we're going to talk about the quarterback matchup first. And I go, okay. He goes, what do you think of Stafford? And I go, from what I've seen, I love what I see. And I think it's perfect in this. And it's a major upgrade from Jared Goff, right? Mm-hmm. And Larry starts giving me all these stats about, how bad he's been. I go, Larry, he's been in Detroit.
Yep.
Let's see. Now we're going to find out. And, I just tell people what I see on film based on my 46 years in the NFL watching game tapes and coaching and playing and broadcasting. I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm wrong. A lot of times I'm wrong. I don't think I was wrong.
Well, it seemed like almost every coach in the NFL wanted that guy this summer. So, I mean, for a reason, right?
Well, you gave up 2 number ones and another draft pick. So you better be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Rams look right.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Hey, Hank, I know you were working this game, but the earlier game, I'm sure people who are listening and watching would like to hear you comment about it. What'd you think about the Chargers going to Kansas City and pulling off that win? I know the aftermath of the game is Kansas City doing a lot of complaining about a pass interference penalty on a Hail Mary at the end of the game that was not called. And I mean, listen, we can sit here and argue all day long about what the end result of the game might have been had a PI been called in that situation. But just the fact that the Chargers went on the road and beat the Chiefs, and now they come home. When I say come home, they'll play in SoFi on Monday night. And I know people are already buzzing about what's it going to look like, because you said there were a few Buccaneers fans in the Rams stadium. There'll be a few Charger fans inside the Raiders stadium this Monday night, or at least that's kind of the way we assume it's going to go down. We'll see.
I don't assume anything. I don't know what's going to happen. All of the closet Charger fans that kind of, were pissed, hurt, and I understand all of that. If this team starts winning, are they jumping back on board? That's the question that I would have.
Yeah, some will, some won't,
Yeah, and
they had a winning season already. They went to the playoffs already.
Right. You got to do something, and that was just a start. How do you? We watched that game on one of our 3 big screens in our suite. And I got to tell you, when he went forward, he was going to go at the end instead of kicking the field goal. This young coach, Staley, he doesn't kick the field goal to tie it and give the Chiefs back the ball with time to play. He's going for it. 4th and 5 or 3?
4th and 4, and then it turned into a penalty. It became 4th and 9.
Penalty, and it's 4th and 9, and they still go for it and convert.
Yeah,
right. So I'm going, good on them. He would have got roasted, grilled, had they not made it. Right. So that's the life of a coach. Good on him. They're off and running. I think the Raiders in LA Monday night is going to tell us a whole lot about how good or bad, what weaknesses and strengths. We know the strengths of the Chargers. And we know the strengths of the Raiders. But we're going to find out about the weaknesses of these two teams and where we are. And then 1 month we'll be down, 3 more months to go in this season. So.
Yeah. All right, Hank Bauer is here. We got about a minute to go. Browner, you want to jump in here? You got one thing for Hank? We got to hustle, though.
YG, my chick go loco. There you go.
That's it. Just
write that down.
YG, my chick go loco.
My chick go loco.
My chick go loco.
Mm-hmm. Bomb.
Chick
Bomb.
go loco.
Yeah, great.
I thought he was going to ask about QB1A, 1B, and 1C.
We don't got enough time for that. We don't got enough time for that.
Because they're all QB1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got enough
I
time
got
for that.
Seattle at San Francisco Sunday.
Yeah.
And 2-1.
What a game that is. What a game. Because San
Can I throw out
Francisco.
the first must win of the season?
Yeah.
For Seattle?
For Seattle?
Yeah, man.
But, based on the fact that the Rams in Arizona are 3-0, you can't get too far behind them,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, it just looks like Seattle's defense is not what it once was. I mean, not even close. I actually thought they might sign Richard Sherman, who signed earlier today with Tampa Bay.
Did you hear what they did?
No.
They were saying, like, we're not interested. We're not interested. We're not interested. And once the Bucks gave him, like, life, they were like, wait, come in for a workout. And he's like, no, I'm going to Tampa.
Yeah. Tom Brady's calling me. Sorry, Pete.
Yeah. Later.
Well, let's see what he has. I mean, hasn't played 10 games or something last year, Sherman. He's a great player. He's got to be an upgrade of what Tampa has. So
I don't know, man. I'll tell you, you got a great game again this week, though. Seattle's in trouble. San Francisco found a way to lose to Aaron Rodgers with 37 seconds and no timeouts. So both of these teams are in a situation where, I mean, for San Francisco to keep pace with the Rams, for Seattle to get back into it, it's only week 4, but it's already a monster game. Hank, it is great to see you. It is great to talk to you. And listen, I think we're going to have to start doing 2 segments rather than 1 because, I mean, man, we got so much to talk about.
Every time Hank does a game in LA, we got to do celebrity recap the whole first.
Yeah,
segment.
really.
Here's what if the Chargers are smart, and I was going to call the organization, they should do exactly what the Rams did.
Well, I know they can get
Monday.
the celebrities there. They can get the celebrities there when the Cowboys are in town. Hank, we'll talk to you next week. Appreciate you, man. Have a good broadcast.
YG out.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Everyone knows when it comes to NFL football, Raider Nation is the #1 pro football team in SoCal. Disagree? Tough. Talk Raiders every Friday at 6 p.m. on Silver and Black Tonight, only on the mightier 1090 AM. Adventure is waiting for you at BMW San Diego. A new 2022 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i waiting for you today when you lease for only $519 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
This year, Jobtoberfest is Wednesday, October 13th. It's the largest annual job fair in San Diego County for people with disabilities. CAES is one of our major sponsors.
CASE is excited to be a partner of this year's Jobtoberfest. At CASE, we believe that our people are our most important asset and value the talent that individuals with disabilities bring to our organization. Join our team and launch your career at CASE. Hope to see you there.
Nothing about the last year was normal, but you weathered it with grace, ingenuity, and creativity. In empty classrooms and full Zooms, you kept it together when we were apart. For all that you are, for all that you do, we salute you. Salute to Teachers is proudly sponsored by these charitable companies.
Adventure is waiting for you at BMW San Diego. A new 2022 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i waiting for you today when you lease for only $519 per month plus tax. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal got the win against the Las Vegas Lights on Saturday, 4-2, behind a big game from Tumi Moshebain. Moshebain scored 2 goals and had 1 assist on the night. He also had 5 shots, 2 key passes overall, and completed 12 of 13 passes. His performance earned him USLChampionship.com Man of the Match honors. Moshebain now has 10 goals on the season. He leads San Diego in goals. With the win, the Loyal got the season sweep of the series with the Lights. San Diego remains in 2nd place in the Pacific Division as we head into the final month of the USL Championship regular season. The Loyal will kick off October action on Saturday in LA against the LA Galaxy 2. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Got an opinion? Scott Kaplan says test it on cited.co. Yes, .co. SoCal Sports Talk. The all-new and mightier 1090.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at lamesarehab.com.
COVID vaccines are safe, convenient, and free, and they are effective at protecting you against the coronavirus. I'm Dr. Akilah Weber, a pediatric gynecologist and state assembly member, and I got the vaccine to protect my family. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and everyone who receives the vaccine helps us get one step closer to returning to normal. Go get your vaccine today. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find a site near you. Do it for yourself, your family, and for our community.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on Your View. Watch Orange County SC take on the Phoenix Rising FC, Saturday, October 2nd at 7. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with a new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County SC versus the Phoenix Rising FC, Saturday, October 2nd at 7 on Your View.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Save the Stork is an organization that equips pregnancy resource centers across the nation so that these pregnancy resource centers can reach more women facing unplanned pregnancies and provide them with holistic care, compassionate choices, and just an abundance of resources to support their decision to choose life. Save the Stork has been around for about 10 years. Most people know us by our Stork buses. A Stork bus is a mobile medical unit that's equipped with the state-of-the-art medical equipment as well as very knowledgeable and experienced medical professionals.
The buses enable them to reach areas where maybe there's not a pregnancy care center nearby. We are here to walk this journey with you so that you're not alone and to help you find your heart in all of this. And that means and that you're going to make a choice that is truly going to be something that years from now you're going to be proud of.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets. Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on YourView.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.